Hello everyone, Ladislas Maurice from The Wandering Investor. Today I'm in San Juan del Sur in beautiful Nicaragua together with Natalie, and we're gonna have a look at affordable, very comfortable housing with beautiful views. So Natalie, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, how are you?
Good. So how long have you been living here in Nicaragua?
I've been here 18 years.
Okay, so...
Full time. I came 20 years ago originally, so yeah.
Natalie knows the area quite well, to say the least. We met a few years ago during COVID. The whole world was locked down, and I happened to be in Nicaragua at that point, and I stayed in Nicaragua for a few months because the country was essentially open. So I traveled around, bars were open, there was carnival, etc. So I didn't see the point of going to Europe when everyone was under lockdown. So now I'm back. I'm seeing it in all its glory with tourism back and people living normally, so it's really nice. And why am I here is because you can find exceptionally good value when you look for real estate here in Nicaragua. So after COVID, what happened is that prices just went up everywhere. You look at Mexico, prices are up drastically. Same thing in Costa Rica. In Panama, prices have gone up as well in the very expat-focused places. But here in Nicaragua, prices haven't really budged. So comparatively, you can find very good value housing. And you've seen a lot of people move here, right? Yeah,
a lot of families with kids are relocating here because we've got some schools that cater to foreigners, and it's just a great place to live. I grew up on a big dairy farm in the middle of nowhere where, like, as a child, I could ride my bicycle 3 miles to the store, not a problem. And it's the same here. Kids can do that here. Like, you don't have to always be like, where's my kid, where's my kid, where's my kid? You know, it's a very safe place to raise a family. And
so what type of people have been moving here? Is it like Europeans, Americans, Canadians?
More Canadians than any place. Americans are second, but a lot of Europeans are also moving here. We have a very large German population, a large Italian population. So we've got some great pizza and pasta and some, fantastic restaurants. The restaurants in town are very much a fusion of many different cultures. And so the food choices here are just amazing.
Okay, so mostly Canadians then.
But more Canadians than anything. But yeah, it's very much a melting pot here. A little bit of everything and anything.
So a typical family would move from Canada, they come here, life is more affordable, they can sell their, like 1-bedroom condo in Toronto, and then they can get this house we're gonna see essentially.
Right, yeah. Okay, so, super affordable.
So that would be the kind of typical house for a Canadian family moving down here?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Fantastic. So you'll see the value. So imagine you're sitting in Toronto. I mean, if you're sitting in Toronto right now, I feel sorry for you, or you're in Seattle. Just look at the value of your property, because I help a lot of Canadians move overseas to reduce their taxes and attain a better lifestyle, and you'll see what you can get here. So how far a drive is it from the...
It's about 10 to 15 minutes, but they're putting in a new coastal road, and when the coastal road is finished and paved, you'll be able to get to this house in 4 minutes.
Okay, fantastic.
Super fast. This is our milkman. He delivers whole milk right from the cow.
For real?
Nothing fresher. That's how I grew up, drinking whole milk straight from the cow.
How much does it cost?
Not pasteurized. I don't even know, but it's so cheap, it's ridiculous. It's just, And he comes into town every day. He'll come by your house, or there's a place in the municipal market where you can buy whole milk straight from the cow.
Wow, non-pasteurized.
Non-pasteurized, whole milk.
I mean, there's a lot to be said about the quality of food in Nicaragua in terms of vegetables, fruit, meat. I had some amazing steak here a few days ago, and apparently unpasteurized milk as well.
Yeah. And vine ripened fruits and vegetables, which is so different than in the US, where everything's put into shipping containers and ripened on the way.
Look, very nice. So Natalie, tell us about the listing, the size, the price.
It's been on the market about 3 months, so it's a relatively new listing. It's roughly 2,400 square feet. It's currently 2 bedrooms and 2.5 baths, but you could easily convert the office space into another bedroom and make a full bathroom in there. But this is why you buy this house. This view
Beautiful.
is amazing. So, and you've got lots of privacy around you.
What about here? There's a plot in front. Could they build here?
No, you're restricted to no more than 2 structures per property, and this already has the 2 structures on it, so nothing would be built right in front of you. And they have height restrictions also.
Okay.
So,
So the view is guaranteed?
The view is guaranteed from this property, yeah. And that's Nacascola Bay there, so.
Okay, so this house, would it make a good investment property?
We can cover your costs. Like if you don't want to live in it full time and you want to rent it out when you're not here, we'll at least be able to cover your costs. Sometimes you can make a little money. It just depends what time of the year you use it.
Okay, so essentially you don't come here and buy this as an investment property. It's lifestyle, and if you want to make a little cover your expenses, et cetera, you can put it on Airbnb.
Right.
But that's not the objective.
Right, yeah. Most people use the houses during the busy season, which is when you can make the most money on rentals. So,
okay, so
this is currently set up as an office, laundry, and a half a bath, but you could expand that half a bath into a full bath. So, and make that another bedroom if you didn't need an office space.
Okay.
But it's got this big, wide open
So tell
area.
us about the schools here, because this would be typically, we're talking a lot of Canadian American families coming down here because it's more relaxed.
Right.
So tell us about the schools in San Juan del Sur.
We have a couple of schools that cater to foreign kids. The San Juan del Sur Day School was the first one that started, then Escuela Adelante. But Escuela Adelante only goes through like 6th grade. The San Juan del Sur Day School is all 12 grades, and they have an international accreditation. And also Tree Casa is starting another school.
So 3 schools.
Yeah, there'll be 3 schools real soon.
English and bilingual.
Bilingual, totally bilingual.
I like the bathrooms here. They're very nice. Oh, well done. Sweet. How much do these schools cost roughly per year?
It depends upon the school. They vary in prices. I've never had kids, so I don't really know for sure what the prices are. I know the one school just changed hands, and so the prices have changed. But I think it's around $600 a month for your kid to go to attend school there.
Okay, so different price ranges.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Escuela Adelante is less expensive.
Okay. But nothing too expensive.
Nothing too expensive. So this is like an open loft area here. And then we've got the master bedroom on the front here.
Cool. So look, at the end of the day, look, I mean, it's nice. Another bathroom. Looks like, yeah, it's pretty much the same there. Look, this is the value proposition of Nicaragua, I find, is I like cash flowing properties that give good cash flow. But the play here is not that. The play is, I find that there are 2 different plays in Nicaragua. One is just purely lifestyle, moving here. I mean, just compare like if you're from Toronto, like 350,000 USD would get you what, a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom condo somewhere in Canada, somewhere in Toronto. And then you can switch that and move here.
And basically have what, about half an acre lot.
This pool, this view.
Yeah.
There's schools. Your kids will learn English. Your kids will learn Spanish. It's very relaxed. A lot of expats. I mean, there's been a huge boom in people moving here since the whole COVID
With
thing.
COVID, yeah. Before COVID, my average client was mid-50s looking for a vacation rental house until they retired. Just a place to use until they retire. And now with COVID, that switched. My average client was a young family with kids looking to relocate. Now that COVID's kind of over, it's about 50-50.
Okay.
So the investment people are coming back.
Okay.
Looking for just like a vacation rental property to rent it out until they retire and then move here. So.
Cool. So a healthy mix of retirees and active people. And, And also, what I've noticed since COVID is the internet has really improved.
Definitely. I have fiber optic in my office now. Yeah, I love it.
Back then, during COVID, I remember I was trying to download stuff. It was a little slow. And now it's just boom. No issues whatsoever.
Yeah, the infrastructure since I moved here 18 years ago has really, really improved greatly. So.
And I think there's this misconception about Nicaragua because when you look at Western media, all you hear is, issues, blah, blah, human rights, etc. But when you actually look at what's happening on the ground in Nicaragua, the government is gradually making a tilt towards China and is attracting a lot of foreign investment from China. So there is a big road that's being built.
Coastal highway is going to be a game changer for us.
Coastal highway from Costa Rica all along the coast. I was there yesterday, just drove along to see the construction. I think it's a few years away still because they're just getting started. There's the free trade agreement that started, the free trade agreement between Nicaragua and China that was effective January 1st, 2024. So this is a big one. So, we won't see any immediate impact, but it'll come. And they've signed MOUs with the Chinese government to build a new airport, to revamp the old airport. So, new international airport. So they're going to have to fill it with flights. Railway between Managua and Grenada, and between the Pacific and the Caribbean. Also, they're going to be building a big gas storage facility in the north of the country. So there's just a lot of investment pouring through, which you don't hear about in Western media. So when you hear Western media, you hear all the negative stuff, but the reality is there's a lot of very positive developments in the country. And that is not being priced into real estate, because it is much like trying to get a house like this in Costa Rica, not in the middle of nowhere in Costa Rica, but like close to the beaches, close to a pleasant town, 2-3x. Panama would be more expensive. Mexico, definitely a lot more expensive. So Nicaragua, if you want value for money, but with still some long-term tailwinds for the economy in spite of the fog of Cold War, if I can put it this way. This is a very decent place, not only to move here, and if you're Canadian, potentially reduce your taxes to zero to become a tax resident here. If you structure your affairs properly, you can get down to practically zero, just like in Panama. So,
And it's safe here. Everybody thinks it's so dangerous, but it's not dangerous. I've never had a problem. Never. And I've been here 18 years.
Like if you walk around at night in Managua, sure. But then again, if you walk around at night in Chicago, guess what? So I find there's a dislocation between asset prices and what is actually happening in the country. There's just a lot of, we're still battling with the Contra War era, and people think that people still walk around with machine guns and stuff, and it's not like that. It's not like that. It's extremely safe. Cool. So one of the downsides is liquidity. So let's say I bought this place, I moved here with my family, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go somewhere else, and I want to sell. That starts to become a bit more complicated, right?
Yeah, and sometimes we get lucky and we can sell a new listing in a month or two. And then other listings we've had on the market for a year or two. It just depends upon the seller's situation, how desperate they are to sell, to recoup their money, or if they're okay taking a little bit of a loss. Some people, they want to make money on their sale. So it just depends. I mean, this is very much a second home market. And when something in your life changes, such as you get divorced, your business in Canada or the U.S. goes bankrupt, you've got health problems, you can't travel anymore, et cetera, et cetera. So when your life changes, the first thing you sell is your second home. So it just depends upon the situation, where the house is, what neighborhood, what view it has, et cetera, et cetera. But we're seeing, we sell more houses than we do land. Raw land. We sell a lot more houses. We list more land than we sell. We sell more houses than we list. So the market for the available houses on market is smaller than it used to be. So this is even a good time right now for people to come in and build a house and flip. We've got 2 houses that are brand new that I've been showing a lot lately that were built to be sold.
So you don't come here and flip, you come here and build and sell, but then you're a developer, you're not Okay, cool. This is really an important disclaimer for people looking to invest in countries such as Nicaragua, because people come from, the US, Canada, where there's a lot of liquidity. They come here, they're like, oh, this is not expensive, this is beautiful. And they buy quickly, but then they don't realize that actually selling takes a while. So just, be reasonable, don't overexpose yourself. If you do put a substantial part of your savings in this country, be aware of the fact and be cognizant that exiting will not be as quick as you might think.
Right, so I always tell people not to spend all their money, because I don't want people to lay awake at night and not be able to sleep, because when they're not sleeping, then I'm not sleeping, and that's not how I want to live my life. So, so I always tell all my clients, to not spend all of their money, to be comfortable financially. You can't rely on creating rental income to make a loan payment.
So don't do this.
I don't recommend I don't recommend that, because I've been here through the world economy crash in 2008, 2009, through a political crisis, through COVID. So I've seen rental incomes going like this, and so you can't count on that. So I always make sure people are comfortable, and I don't push people into anything, because the last thing I want to do is walk into a restaurant and have to turn around and leave because there's 2 or 3 clients and they're pissed off at me. So
it's a small town.
It's a small town. So
perfect. Look, thank you, Natalie. Look, I wrote a whole article on the real estate investment market here in San Juan del Sur. There's a link below. If you're interested in real estate here in San Juan del Sur, please do get in touch with Natalie. There's a link below, and you will be able to reach out to her.
Thank you.
Natalie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Make sure to download my free ebook, 12 Mistakes to Avoid When Investing in International Real Estate, which you can find on my website, link below, and feel free to follow me on Instagram @TheWandering Investor. I look forward to hearing from you.